Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. This video is about my war on poverty plan, and it's not just for black people or people in Detroit. It is for poor people, it's for the good of the country. But I'm gonna need to use black people as an example to help you understand what's going on here. You'll see what I mean shortly. So when I was younger, right, maybe 30 years ago or so, I used to argue with conservatives. And I still do, mind you. But I used to argue with them about whether or not the white man is holding the black man down. I would say things like they never got on their feet after slavery, what have you. And they would say things like, oh, cry me a river, or everyone has a hard time, or they would cite what life was like when they were growing up and working at the first stores they used to work at, what have you. Over the years, it has been definitively proven that the white man is keeping the black man down. Let me give you an example here. If you were to believe something, whether or not it's true, I'm going to use this example because white people need to hear it this way and other people need to hear it this way, conservatives, to understand that I'm right. If you were to figure out, or if you believe that Muslims in Saudi Arabia oppress women, and a white person was to go join them and convert to Islam and join their culture in Saudi Arabia, and he was to partake in their activities, you would say that that white person is also oppressing women, right? Now, why exactly? Because he joined their culture and became Muslim washed, Saudi Arabian washed, whatever you want to call it. But he joined their group and their way of thinking in that cultural way. And in this way, whitewashed people also hold black people and other people down, poor people, what have you. It's that simple. Here in America, the government is mostly white and whitewashed. It's almost entirely white and whitewashed people, if not entirely. Whether it's the government in Michigan, it's the federal government, government in California, you name it. It's local city governments, city councils, state assemblies, what have you. So now let's look at what the government controls. So when we say, hey, why is this guy living with his parents and he's targeted? Okay, whose fault is it? Should I have done things differently when I'm telling the truth and doing the right thing and pushing for liberty and justice for all? You know, true freedom, not a cult sense of liberty, but true freedom, true justice. What is fair and just and right? Should I have done things differently? Or should society? Well, let's look at this. Let's look at 15 things that the government controls. Only 4 of these things aren't clearly connected to why I'm in this situation. And has implications on homelessness, on the lack of affordable housing, has implications on so many things. Number 1, the structure and activities of the school system, which basically directly determine, or damn near directly determine, who gets what job and why, right? The structure and the activities of the school system. 2, government jobs, right? Who works there and why? 3, and how many jobs, government jobs there are, mind you. 3, hiring practices. 4, food programs and how effective and efficient they are. 5, law enforcement, right? How many there are, what have you? You know their practices. 6, internet censorship. That gets in the way of networking, right? They've gotten in the way of me networking with people. I could have married a gorgeous female. Maybe she has money. I'm not a gold digger. But maybe some rich, gorgeous female might be my wife right now. And I could be living with her, right? But they censor the internet. They suppress my videos. They run black ops. They're even called black ops. They blacklist, right? And blackball. 7, who lives where for the most part? 8, what is in the food for the most part? 9, what is in the air for the most part? 10, who is promoted with government resources? Why aren't they promoting me with government resources, right? They control that, not me. 11, how much human rights are secured, including the right to housing in the wealthiest nation in the world. Most people would agree, if they thought it through, that people have the right to some kind of housing, and the government should be assisting these people, especially when they're mentally ill, when they're drug addicts, as a result of the expected output of a wicked society. A certain amount of people turn to drugs and give up because of their personality traits, because of their brain activity, what have you. 12, foreign policy and wars, for the most part. 13, road quality. 14, the overall mood of cities. Even the mood and the sentiments and the behaviors of the cities are something that the government tries to control. Government meaning mind, like in the word mental. Government. It's kind of like ritual madness, right? The Statue of Liberty, is it true freedom? Or is it sort of a ritual madness that's taking place? Is it dark and chthonic? Is it like underworld deities seem to rule the government, so to speak, right? Those of you who struggle with that, that's okay. You can go ahead and discard that argument. Those of you who know that that's the case, that the government basically worships a young Zeus, Dionysus, baby lion, they never grew up, okay? And he's a dark and chthonic deity, and chthonic means underworld deity. It means this evil underworld in the shadows, darkness deity. And the government has this sort of darkness way about it, and this superficial propaganda kind of white theater light way about it. Not white racial, but kind of theater light. Okay, Luciferian light. For those of you who struggle with that, that's okay. Let's keep going here. 15. How much religious centers are scrutinized? A lot of people get abused in religious centers. A lot of them are government. The government gives them funds at times, and through proxies, what have you, and the governing class with the proxies and with the government control these religious centers, and the government has the option to scrutinize them. Now, I'm not saying they should or shouldn't. I'm saying they have the power to do these things. And so with all these powers that the government has, me as a brain surgeon's son, the top martial artist, my top martial arts challenge, proving that, okay, they're not promoting me, they're suppressing me, they're allowing the internet to censor me, right? You know, YouTube, Facebook, okay, I'm getting hacked through the internet. They can enforce the law in a way that hackers decide not to hack people. They don't do these things. And as a result, I'm oppressed, okay? Now, I could be the richest person in the world right now. I could be the most famous person. I could be living a whole different life. Now, what's stopping me? What's stopping me is I refuse to conform. And even if I did conform, which is wrong and evil, society is very evil, okay? What would happen? They'd try to put me under them. Who's them? Epstein and Weinstein and all these types of people. All these people work for the CIA, all these whistleblowers, FBI, military, okay, people in corporations, people in the religious crowd. They come out and say there's these horrible people governing society, okay? And so they expect me to conform to that evil society as the most upright person in society, okay? And I refuse to do so, and the government has structured society in a way that punishes me for it. And quite often it's the same political parties, same social clubs, same corporations. This is the same kind of old money status quo crowd that has made my life difficult. So even the reason why I'm making this video in the kitchen right now with the dishwasher going has to do with the government and their policies. Okay, they interfere with my life that much.